YouTube, how's it freaking going? Welcome back to another video. Hope your guys' week's going well. It is hump day, and you know I always say about hump day, you gotta be putting in the fucking work, man. You know, middle of the week, 2 days behind us, 2 days ahead of us till the weekend. Don't be living for the fucking weekend, though. But people do use the weekend as a recharge and spend some time with their loved one, which, you know what? Can't knock that. But that means you gotta really fucking lock in during the weekdays, man. Oh, I work. Oh, I do this. Oh, I have that. Excuses on excuses. Guys, you make time for the things you want to make time for. Remember that. A lot of people tell me, oh, I don't have enough time for the gym. You know, I have work. I come home. I cook. Blah, 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 blah. All right, let me see your phone. Let me see the screen time on your phone. If you have an hour or 30 minutes or even 10 minutes on your phone of screen time, then you have fucking time for the gym. You got to allocate the time that you guys have to the right things. I seen this Alexander Hormozi, and now shout out Alexander Hormozi. Fucking genius. Very, very inspirational guy. Very wise guy, too. A lot of philosophies in my life learned from him and other greats, of course. But one thing he said on his, I think it was either Threads or Twitter, perhaps both, you can have whatever you want, just not whenever you want it. It's the truth though, right? Like you want these things, and we live in a society of instant gratification, right? And for you guys that aren't aware, I should explain it. Instant gratification is getting something instant versus delayed gratification is long term. So for example, you have 20 grand and you go buy a car that you like, right? Or you save that 20 grand, you utilize that money to make money, and you let the money that you make off of the money that you put into an investment pay for the car. That's delayed gratification, okay? Because you're not getting instantly, but you're doing it over a long process, and you're doing it, I would say, the right way for my life. Of course, everyone's different, but that's how I would personally go about it. But anyways, that's delayed gratification. And we live in a world of instant gratification. So everyone just wants shit right away. And it kind of ties into what I was talking about with the outcome-based goals versus having actionable goals. I'm not going to explain that. If you guys missed it, it was in the most previous video, so you guys could catch up on what we were talking about. But very important. Very, very important, because I'm belching a lot. Pre-workout's hitting different today. But that specific quote really, really is true, though. Like, you could have fucking anything you want. We have so much time and, so much energy and effort we could put towards something that if you don't stop putting your energy and effort towards something, you will eventually achieve it. As long as you adapt, become better, and have the belief system in yourself and the discipline to continue doing it, you will achieve it. I mean, if I went to the gym 3 days a week for a year, I guarantee you I will see results. I don't have to have the right diet or nothing, but if I do it for 3 years, I will see results. However, doing it the right way, of course, by having a nutrition and all, that's definitely going to make me see more gains and stuff like that. But just showing up and doing it regardless of how I feel is so crucial without the want of having it immediately. Right? And the reality of it is people get to, what's the word? I guess unmotivated. I don't want to say that word, but unmotivated to do shit because they don't get it instantaneous. Well, the reality of it is you'll never fucking get it if you don't fucking put in the work, right? So you guys got to remember that, because a lot of times people just look at it and, oh, I'm not going to get it today. Oh, I'm not going to get tomorrow. Yeah, I don't want to do it. The reality of it is, the only way of ensuring that you're not going to get something is by fucking not doing it. I'm going to touch up on one last thing before we get this beautiful workout in, which I should mention is arm day. You know your boy loves the arms. I'm not going to overcomplicate it today. It's going to be a lot of supersets, not too many movements, because, I mean, there's only so many you could do for the arms. Sometimes I'm stretching just to get more exercise in and, obviously to get over the boredom. But back to the topic at hand. Stop fucking settling, guys. Stop fucking settling for average. Stop settling for I don't know. Stop settling for average. Needless to say, guys, there's no need for you to settle for average. The sky is the limit. The world is yours for the taking. And the only true way of you taking advantage of that is by doing the things that you want to do. Now, being settled in certain cases is good, like having the settlement in terms of having a good woman or whatnot, or being happy with your family or whatnot. Like, of course, in your mind you be, oh, this could be better, that could be better, but that terms settling is okay. And it kind of sucks that I have to backtrack on that, but settling for average, guys, means just doing something just because it's easy. Right? Anything worth value requires hard work. So stop fucking settling for easy, guys. Stop settling for average, because you have the potential for greatness. Everyone has the potential for greatness. But it's all a matter of when and not if. Remember that. It's all a matter of when, not if. Could happen today, could happen tomorrow, could happen in 10 years, could happen in 30 fucking years. But I can assure you guys one thing. If you do not stop doing the things you need to do to achieve what you want, you will eventually obtain it. But I chit-chat for too long. We're going to wrap up this car talk with Chris and get ready for the gym. So without further ado, it's fucking gym time. The gym is an absolute fucking mess. And again, I need to emphasize, guys, put away your fucking weights, man. I mean, I just went over to do a little warm-up set there with 20-pound dumbbells. Only see 100-pound dumbbells where 15-pound dumbbells are supposed to be. Clearly, the person who's using those weights is incapable of controlling those weights and actually using them, or else I'd put them a fucking way. And if you are capable of lifting 100-pound dumbbells for whatever exercise and you're not putting it away, like what's wrong with you? Like seriously. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're able to lift 100-pound dumbbells, you're clearly an experienced lifter, which means there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to put away the weights. Because as an experienced lifter myself, it's the biggest fucking pet peeve of mine. That and like people, like there's a couple pet peeves, but I feel like that's like number one is clean up your shit after you're done, right? It's kind of similar to at home, bro. Like if you guys are taking a shit at home, are you not flushing or something like that? Like it's kind of silly. It really is silly. Like put away your weights. 100-pound dumbbells do not belong in the 15-pound dumbbell area. If I was the owner of this gym, every single person that did that would be getting a fine or whatnot. Because at the end of the day, man, like you're here to get better, right? And getting better doesn't mean just throwing around weights and shit like that. It's also taking care of yourself, taking care of the space that you are in. Right? Because the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. I've said that all the time. I feel like I've had this very conversation on this particular thing. But there's weights everywhere. There's weights all over here, man. I had to pick up a plate. Just put away your shit, man. I mean, if you guys gain anything from watching these videos, put away your fucking weights. And if you see someone not putting away their weights, man, I mean, I'm not trying to start fights with nobody. But just gently ask them. Be like, yo, listen, can you put away your weights, please? You know, if they don't, who cares, right? You're not here to fight anyone. And again, it's a depiction of the type of person they are if they're not putting away their weights in the correct spot. I'll end up putting away those 100-pound dumbbells because, again, it is a heavy weight and majority of people are incapable of lifting that weight. So, I mean, hey, you got my 2-cent rant. But we're going to work into our first superset, which is going to be for the biceps. You're going to be doing easy bar preacher curls, and then we'll go right into some dumbbell curls right after, right? No rest in between. That's how supersets work. And then after completing the recording of this set, I'll probably be timing my rest in between for about a minute, which kind of feel like that's like what I've been doing for the supersets because there is 2 different movements. And then for the singular exercise, I'll do 45 seconds. But again, it kind of depends on the intensity of the set because some sets I'm doing drops, right? Some sets I'm doing, I guess not drops, but raises. If you guys seen yesterday, do some partials after doing my set. So definitely want to gauge my rest based off that. But timing your rest, that's another thing I have to emphasize because a lot of people don't do that shit. Another way of gauging progressive overload and just becoming better, right? But we're gonna go right in this for about 12 reps here. Right into the next one. Gonna do this for a grand total of 5 sets. That's 2 down. Gonna finish this off, put away my weights, wipe down the shit I use, because that's just the right thing to do, but let's get this shit done. You know, after completing the set over there with the bicep curls on the dumbbells, kind of reminded me when I first started lifting. That was like the main priority for me to get stronger. I always found it like really cool that I could curl 30s and get heavier and heavier on that. But the reality of it is, the biceps, like, not that impressive to lift heavy weights for the curls. Of course it is, especially when you gauge your progress, but it's just kind of funny how like that was my main focus. I didn't care about bench, I didn't care about deadlift, I didn't care about squats, any of that shit. Just curls. I always used to brag about it, and it kind of reminded me, because I remember the first time I ever did 35s, which is what I did for that set. I felt so big, I felt so good. It's funny to think of how I came, you know? And I also have my workouts written down from when I first started at the old gym, which is Anytime Fitness. And I have some Instagram videos about that gym, but I never made an actual YouTube video. Actually, I did make a YouTube video, but I never ended up making, like, editing it or whatnot. I did record it with my phone, but I don't know. I had that judgment element stopping me, the fear of what other people think stopping me, but eventually you overcome it, right? So you just gotta remember that. Because if I was to tell myself back then that I'd be making YouTube videos like this, holy, that person would be so nervous. I think I've told the story before, but the first time I ever got a tripod, I hooked it up and I literally made sure that no one could see it. I put myself in an isolated area, and I actually remember the exact thing I was doing. Just punching the bag, because it was like away from everyone else. And I am a big advocate of doing punching movements, or any sort of bag work really. It's a great form of cardio, and you know, you gotta know how to protect yourself. You don't know how to fight or anything like that. Lifting weights is not gonna make you be able to fucking defend yourself. It's gonna make you stronger, sure, and perhaps give you that appearance of someone who could fight, but reality of it is you gotta be able to fight. So I recommend, if you guys don't already, get into some form of martial arts, whether it's Taekwondo, kickboxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, just something so you know how to protect yourself and also, you know, defend the people around you. So just remember that. But just funny how everything transpires, right? You know, I used to do 35s and struggle so much with it, but then as time progresses, you get stronger, you become better. And to be fair, the struggling that I was enduring with the 35s back then is probably what I'd feel with 50s now, especially if I'm fresh. But I think I have to make a revisit to one of the old workouts and show you guys exactly what I used to do, which I believe was a little intense, I'm not gonna lie, but we'll give it a gander. But we're gonna work into our tricep superset now. We're just gonna do a single hand cable cross, kind of a crossover extension. So I'm gonna have it across my body and coming down like this. I really personally like this movement because I feel like I can really squeeze my tricep and get the most out of it. But once I complete this, I'm gonna go into an easy bar, and I'm gonna be doing some extensions like this as well. And remember, name of the game is not to follow up with your elbows. You wanna keep your elbows kind of locked and just bring it down. Obviously bend it, right? I like to keep that 90, make sure I'm getting that full stretch, and I find that when I'm squeezing at the full concentric, that's when I get the most out of it. Really get that squeeze out of it. Really feel your triceps. Let's get this shit done. 12 an arm here. Good thing about the single hand is you have that ability to spot yourself by putting this hand here. And sometimes you might put a weight too heavy, which honestly I might increase the weight, try to see if I can do to 8 reps. And then if I need to, I'll use this hand to make sure that I get to 12 reps, right? By just pushing on it, very slightly though, because you can't overcompensate, but only do it when you can't do it anymore. Because again, spotting should only occur to get past like a level of failure, right? So just remember that. Let's get ready to the next movement. Remember, we're doing 5 sets of everything, and we want to make sure that we're making every rep count by controlling the eccentrics, making sure the tempo is right for our reps and all that. So let's get this shit done. All right, we're gonna work into our last exercise, superset, drop set, whatever, little mashup. But we're gonna be doing biceps, and then right into it, I'm gonna do triceps. So the only rest I'm gonna have in between these is the opposing muscle. So I mean, gonna be working the triceps with the cable pull down, but I'm gonna be doing drop sets, right? So it's gonna go, I don't know, 30, 40, sorry, wow, 40, 30, 20 or something in that form. I mean, it doesn't go exactly like that. There's points, but with the dumbbells, which I'm gonna be doing dumbbell curls, I'm gonna be doing 30, 20, 10 for 12 reps of each. And remember, like I said, there's no rest in between. Once I complete this, I go right over to the cables, and I'm gonna be doing the drop set with the triceps. So it's a drop set, superset of both arms, or both portions of the arms, minus the forearms. So I'm working forearms today. Forearms I'm gonna do on shoulder day, along with abs, so I have a bit more going on there, because again, my shoulder is sore still, so I wanna make sure that I'm allowing it to rest correctly, but I don't wanna skip a day, right? So I'm just gonna have to work it a little less, but make a whole day out of it by hitting the abs and the forearms. But that's for another day. I'm gonna be doing this for 5 sets. So I've already completed the first set just to gauge how many reps are adequate, and also how the form's gonna look for myself. And that way I could explain it to you guys a lot better. And not, you know, I'm not gonna make you guys do something that I'm not doing, right? So we're gonna do this 12 reps of each of these. And like I said, it's very important to remember this. There is no rest in between these. I do this drop set, and I go right to the triceps, and then right back to this, no rest at all until we're done. So we're not gonna rest until we're done. And once I start at 12, I gotta stay at 12 reps, that being, right? So if I have to take a pause in between, you know, I hit 8 reps and I'm struggling to get those remaining 4, I'll take a little breather, but I'll get it done, right? So let's get right into this. We're in the next one. Four more. It's only set number 2, man. Holy fuck. Whew. Right into the triceps. All right. 1, 3. Dropping it 2 slots on the cable, so. Last one here. Three more. 1, 2, 3. I don't want to chit chat for too long because this is counterintuitive, because remember, I said no rest in between both of these, but we're going to finish strong. Make sure you guys are doing a weight that you can do correctly. I know I said do 12 reps. I'm going to stay at the 12 reps, take a pause if need be, but I really do want to upkeep that form, because your form will fatigue, because there's a lot of volume, so remember that. But push yourself. Let's get this shit done. Workout is all done. I feel like today's workout was a little shorter than the typical. However, That superset at the end was no joke, guys. I won't lie, like, I was fighting in my mind of whether or not I should, take a rest in between or lower the weight. The inner bitch I so often talk about that we need to fucking eliminate, and not necessarily eliminate, because I don't think it's possible to eliminate it, but ignore it, because that voice is the very voice that wants to keep you at the level you're at right now. It's that voice of, it's honestly, I heard this before, and, obviously we haven't really we have had a lot of changes. However, ancestrally wise, we're still like the cavemen, right? That inner bitch, that inner voice that tells you not to do something hard is the voice that told you not to go, away from the tribe, or eat that poisonous berry, or go into the jungle at night because, a lion might kill you, or something of that form, right? It's inherent thing that everyone has, and I think it stemmed from that, because in reality, back then you needed it to survive. But we live in a society where I don't necessarily have to worry about those types of things. And it's just a limit. It limits me from pushing myself past my limits. Now, I want to clarify. This isn't a voice that's, oh, I don't feel, my bicep feels like it's torn, so I should keep going. No. That's a completely different scenario. But when you can keep going and your voice is like, oh, don't do that. Or, the fear of heights, right? Now, I won't lie to you guys. I have a bit of a fear of heights. I guess I'm a bit of I have a fear of heights, okay, on roller coasters in specific. So over the summer, I overcame that fear, and it wasn't because of some magical pill. It's just because I still had the nerves. I still had the fear of doing it. I'm just like, fuck it. I'm going to do it anyways. And when you do it anyways, when you do those very things, guys, that's the most rewarding things you can do. Well, back to the gym. There's a lot of times, man, I was doing 12 reps, like I said, and I wasn't capable of doing the 12 reps for each set. So I was like, fuck, I should take a break, or I should do 10 instead. But who am I to tell you guys that I'm going to do that and not do that, right? And, it's a lot easier, I guess, for myself, because I have to hold myself accountable for you guys. But when you're by yourself, you're not recording or whatnot, you don't necessarily have that accountability element, which is why you need to build that inner accountability to do the very things you need to do. Because sometimes, as much as you have that inner bitch, you also have that other side. It's like, do it. Or wake up early, wake up to your alarm, do these, make your bed, do those good fucking things. But we choose to ignore that, and most times we like to listen to that inner bitch because it makes us feel comfortable. But being uncomfortable is growth, guys. You got to be okay with being uncomfortable. I would say you got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, but that's a bit of a, a head scratcher. But needless to say, guys, you got to put yourself in uncomfortable positions. You got to do the very things that your inner bitch is telling you not to do, because that is where you will grow the most. But if you're new, hit that subscribe button. We are en route to 1,000 subscribers by April 1st. I think we got like 4 more days when this video's out. So we got to put in the work. I appreciate every single one of you guys. At the time this is recording, we're at 859. So I appreciate every single one of you guys. The grind is real. We're getting better every single day, and that is the name of the game, right? Get better every single day and take it one day at a time. Hit the post notification bell so you guys never miss a video. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and drop a comment down below what books you guys are reading. I said in a previous video, but I'll keep stressing it because I am curious, guys. Remember, I said it in the last video, and if you guys didn't see it, watch that last video. This is a good video, if I do say so myself. But your brain is a muscle, just like you work out your muscles in your body, like your biceps, your triceps, your chest, whatever the case may be. You got to work your brain. Working your brain can be reading, writing, creativity, guys. You got to work it, because if you don't work it, you're going to lose it. Remember that. A lot of times people don't write after high school or whatnot, or college or whatnot, and you just kind of lose that skill, right? Or spelling or whatnot. Because nowadays, we type on our phone, you got all this fucking spell auto check shit. You don't even need to know how to spell nowadays. But you should still work on that skill. But have a blessed day, guys. Get done what you need to get done and find your impetus. Goodbye.